I'm in the captain's chair now. I'm going into this truly trying to see if I can find my person.
Today, Pilot Pete takes off as the new Bachelor, and eliminated contestant Maurissa is here to break down the epic 3-hour premiere.
I thought there was something there, but I guess not. It's tough. It's tough to go home.
Plus, reality fitness queen Jillian Michaels tells us how to keep our New Year's resolutions.
I promise you that will shave thousands of calories off a month.
This is your reality check.
I cannot wait.
Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday. I'm Daryn Carp, and with me right now is senior editor at People, Breanne L. Heldman, and People.com writer Emma Budd and reporter Jodi Guglielmi. How are the two of you?
Good. I love that intro.
Did you?
Yeah.
I ad-libbed a little. Like, we're not really friends. We just
No,
put
we
it in
hate each
there.
other.
We hate each other. We loathe each other. Well, I'm happy for you to be on the couch for the first time. Double trouble today. I'm so happy to have you guys. We're going to kick things off as we normally do with our top 5, so let's get into it. At number 5. Fashion designer Tyler Nesloney is leveraging his viral comment about the Kushner family for a good cause. The Project Runway contestant was recently eliminated from the show after Brandon Maxwell told him he couldn't see Karlie Kloss wearing one of his looks, to which he replied, "Not even a dinner with the Kushners?" The quip has since gone viral, and the New York City-based designer shared he has created a black t-shirt with the quote that is available for $35 on his website. He also shared that 50% of the proceeds from sales will benefit the Alforni Center for Homeless LGBTQ Youth. I mean, what a great cause. I kind of forgot about the Kushners until he brought it back up. Do you guys like this?
I do. I like the cause, and I like, you know, if you're going to be known for a moment, might as well turn it into something good.
Yeah.
But I do think it kind of backtracks on the apology he gave on the show, because you know,
Really?
then you capitalize on it.
Right. So it sort of feels a little fake.
Yeah, but again, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, at least 50% of the proceeds are going to a good cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I still feel a little bit icky about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I'm like, well, at least somebody's going to benefit.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
like feels a little bad, but like, all right, a little good.
If you gotta do it.
You got to. At number 4, my girl, Ashley Graham, is on the clock. It's T-minus a few weeks or maybe even a few days until the body-positive model's son makes his big arrival. The pregnant reality star shared a nude mirror selfie showing off her baby bump over the weekend with the caption, "Still cooking, folks." And I don't know about you, but I can't wait to meet her bundle of joy. Huge Ashley Graham fan. I just think she's absolutely incredible in showing this all off. Like, what do you guys think about it?
She is giving me Flashdance vibes, which I didn't know I needed from a pregnant woman, but I love it.
I mean, I wish I looked half as good as her, like on any, pregnant, half as good as her on any given day of the week. She's just gorgeous.
And she seems to like really be enjoying her pregnancy, which is amazing.
Yes.
She's like embracing all of it. I can't do that now, and I'm not pregnant.
Yeah,
so.
no. She's an enigma, and she's a goddess, and a god is in her stomach right now, I'm sure.
Yes.
At number 3, Miley Cyrus is bringing back the mullet. The singer showed off a fresh look for 2020 in a series of photos shared on her Instagram on Monday. Though her hairstyle wasn't a full-blown mullet like the one her dad, Billy Ray, rocked a decade ago, it's still a nice homage to the country legend. The reality star actually opted for a more modern take on the controversial do, featuring short bangs in the front and longer textured tresses in the back. I mean, she parties in the back, you know what I mean? She's business in the front, party in the back. Do we like this look? Because I was never a mullet fan, but I happen to find this look on her kind of fits.
This pains me because I love Miley Cyrus. Like everything she does, I love, but like, no, this one's not for me. This one's just not
You're not feeling this look at all.
I mean, she still looks so freaking cool, but I wouldn't have picked it for her, personally.
Is it the bangs?
I think it's the
What do you think about this?
It's a choice to look like your dad.
That's the polite version of what I just said.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I make the choice to wax off my mustache so that I don't look like my dad.
Fair.
So, it's a choice.
It's a different look for her, but I like to see her experimenting.
Yeah, and again, she's cool, so if anybody can pull it off, it is her. Right. It's just not my favorite look for her. I'm sorry, Miley, I still love you.
And she can get rid of it in like 2 seconds.
But it also means that there's new music coming, and I'm pretty psyched for that.
I hope it's called mullet.
Please.
At number 2. New season, new drama. In a sneak peek from the season 8 premiere of Vanderpump Rules, Katie Maloney overhears newcomers Max Boyens and Brett Caprioni comparing notes on dating Sheena Shea. And let's just say things look like they go downhill from there. The trailer also shows some more drama with the cast members that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Trust me, likely for the whole season. The new season of Vanderpump Rules premieres tonight at 9 p.m. on Bravo. Jodi, you actually broke the story.
Yes.
What can we expect from this season?
I mean, Sheena, of course, is in the middle of a bunch of boy drama. They call her boy crazy, and I'm kind of like, girl, you are a little bit, but like embrace it. Like, there's no issue with that.
Are you excited for the new cast members?
I am. I was a little nervous about them, but when I was at BravoCon, I talked to a bunch of them and to the original castmates, and they all said that it's great. They bring so much to the show, so I'm ready for it. And just based on the clip, there's drama already.
There is drama already. Are you a Vanderpump watcher, a Vanderpump Rules fan?
I'm letting Jodi run that show now.
Trust me, you're
need to
missing
get
out.
into
You
it.
are
It's
missing
so
out.
good.
And at number 1, Jazz Jennings is on her most intimate journey yet in the new season of I Am Jazz, and People has an exclusive first look at the TLC series. It looks like Jazz undergoes her 3rd gender confirmation procedure and invites her ex-boyfriend Amir to be by her side. Jazz first underwent her gender confirmation surgery in June 2018 when she was just 17 and revealed that October she had suffered a complication and needed a 2nd procedure. I Am Jazz premieres January 28th at 9 p.m. on TLC. You know, with this show and Vanderpump Rules coming back, and of course The Bachelor premiering last night, I have to ask, what reality shows are you guys most excited for coming up?
I am obsessed with The Circle on Netflix.
You told me about this the other day.
Talking about it.
So what's The Circle like? Why are we obsessed with it?
So basically, I will say host Michelle Buteau explained it in the most perfect way. She said it is basically Big Brother with a dollop of catfish, and it's
Everything you didn't know you needed.
Sold.
Yeah. And I'm going to just warn everyone, it starts off a little slow, a little boring.
Okay.
Because you are watching 8 people alone in apartments having to verbalize their text
talk to
exchanges
themselves.
to each other, and it's weird. But then they start developing these relationships with each other. They have to rank each other. It is delicious.
Do they rank each other publicly? Like, do you know what you would have ranked me or something like that?
No, but you see then the average comes and the last person is at, and someone gets voted out. It is so much fun, and it's so interesting to watch who has chosen to be catfish, who has told the truth about themselves, and where those relationships go. It is so much fun.
We have them coming on. We have a few of the Circle people coming on, so we're going to need you. I was going to say, I don't think we have a choice in the matter. It looks like you're very excited about it, but all right, I'm going to have to catch up.
So the second 4 episodes are dropping tomorrow.
Okay.
And
so we can binge. So you're not going to come to work tomorrow.
I've already watched all 12.
Yeah, there it is. What about you?
I am obsessed with Married at First Sight, and that also comes back tomorrow, and I cannot wait. It is one of my favorite reality shows. Like, every week, that is the show that I am, like, on my seat waiting for.
Really?
Yes, I love it. It's because it's, like, such an enjoyable mess that you just sit back and watch it. And, like, because some of these couples do really make it. And then others, like, obviously, like, crash and fail. But it just, and you don't know which one you're going to get. I love it so much. And the premise of, like, marrying somebody
is terrifying.
At first sight.
Oh, yes.
You
and
know?
that too. No,
I'm
terrifying.
Like, oh my gosh, like I date somebody for however many years and I'm like, I don't know about you. They have no choice. And also, like,
so
do I need to go
do.
on that? Like, is that where we're at? Like, it's like a whole psychological thing going on.
No, I think you're going to be fine, sweetie.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need reality television.
Yeah, no, you don't need
do.
it.
This is my
Breanne,
audition.
Jodi, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are always incredible and wonderful and enjoyable messes. We got to take a quick break, but we're going to get into that Bachelor premiere with one of the unlucky ladies when we come back. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Thank you so much for coming, Maurissa. It was a pleasure. I wish you all the best.
Peter's an amazing guy. I definitely could have seen myself falling in love with Peter. It sucks. I thought there was something there, but I guess not. It's tough. It's tough to go home.
Well, we saw her make a bold entrance and a very poised goodbye. It's Maurissa Gunn from The Bachelor. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are
This
you?
is your color, girl. I mean, it is killing it.
I
You
didn't
killed
even
it there.
realize it.
It is your color. I'm all about the wine color. All right, well, let's cut right to the chase. I'm a huge fan of the show. What was your first impression of Peter?
When I first walked out of the limo, I was just like, wow,
He's a very attractive man.
Okay.
Very attractive. Typically not someone I would go for, but
What do you normally go for?
Older. I kind of like the older type of man. Like, so they're mid-30s. So that was a step.
Good. I have a feeling people are going to be sliding into those DMs. So I'm telling the public what they want to know, basically.
Okay.
All right. Tell me about that amazing handshake that you gave Peter.
Yes.
Did you plan it? What was going on there?
No, I didn't plan it at all. I mean, so when I came out of the limo, like
Yeah.
a big thing was a pinky promise. Like I wanted him to pinky promise me to stay true to ourselves throughout our journey together. So then when we were talking, I'm like, do you remember me? And he's like, oh yeah, we had a pinky promise. And he's like, let's come up with a cute little handshake. So we did. And
I love that.
Yeah.
It was a cute moment between the two of you.
It was.
You guys had chemistry.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say that already in episode 1, they are really leaning into the windmill 4-time thing.
Yes.
Let's revisit a little bit of that.
Open it up.
Him and Hannah had some fun in a windmill, like 4 times, so I thought that I would take it to the next level.
4 times? 4 times? Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Not once, 4 times. Not twice. 4 times. Not 3. 4 times. 4.
I mean, does this 4 times thing like turn you on as much as the other ladies? They are really into it. Or should we kind of be over it at this point?
I mean, to me personally,
Yeah.
that's not something that I would go out there and just tell the world. But I mean, that's kind of his thing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's literally what Peter is known for.
Well,
is the windmill.
do you think Hannah was like talking him up a little bit? Or do you actually think it was 4 times?
I believe it was 4 times.
Okay.
The reason why it was 4 times, I don't know. But
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I got to be honest. You had a very inspirational story detailed in your intro package. What did you wish Peter would have learned about you had you stayed?
I wish that Peter would have gotten to know me a little bit more personally. Like, he didn't know any of the things that I went through in my pageant life. He didn't even get the chance to ask about that or learn about that. So I wish he would have gotten to know more about me and the person that I actually am, because I'm not just this pretty face that walked out of a limo and was like, hey, I want to be your wife. So
It's got to be like a marathon, because not only are you seeing, 30 other women, but you have 5 minutes with the guy to try and get in your whole life story. It's got to be super stressful.
right, absolutely. I mean, you have that short amount of time to get him to know everything you want about yourself.
Right.
So I took that time to kind of give him my personality and my energy rather than giving him my personal story, which maybe I played that the wrong way, but I mean, I think it all worked out in the end.
I think so too. Well, those entrances were absolutely wild.
Yes.
Which entrance do you think was the most memorable to you watching it back?
My favorite was the cow.
Well, she is.
Jenna, she killed it with that cow.
She is my girl. That cow was like #1, cutest thing ever. But there was some paper airplanes flying.
Yeah.
The girls went all out this time.
They did go all out, but I would have to say the cow's my favorite.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I hope it comes back every single
The
season.
suitcase is pretty funny too.
Well, I think it was impressive that she could fit inside a suitcase.
Right.
I even think Peter was kind of, that's just, I don't know how she was breathing in there. That was a little too much. Well, safe to say we were a little surprised when Hannah came out of the limo. How did you feel sort of seeing her kind of come back and, be at the mansion again?
It was confusing at first. I did have the conversation with Peter. One of the things that I said to him was like, how does this make you feel? And then watching it back and everything he came and told us about that happened when she walked out of the limo and being able to watch it, it's good to know that he was telling us the truth in a sense, because some of us are like, we weren't able to hear their conversation that was going on. So he had to come in and tell us. So we're all freaking out. Like, is Hannah competing with us? Like, what is going on? So.
Do you think that she sort of had the right to kind of come back into the fold?
I don't know, but the way that she did it, here at the beginning.
With the wings.
Yes, so that I respect. That was very respectful of her to do that. When we're coming back now, that's a whole nother story.
Well, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to get more into the season premiere of The Bachelor. Don't go anywhere.
I feel like such a jerk because I have such an awesome group of girls here expecting to meet someone that was truly ready to have this work for them as well. And I don't know.
Episode 1, and we're already crying. Welcome back to the show. I'm still hanging out with the gorgeous Maurissa Gunn, breaking down last night's emotional roller coaster of a premiere. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so let's talk about that conversation between Peter and his ex, Hannah Brown. What did you make of that now that you saw that? I'm assuming you watched it with the rest of America because you didn't know what was going down.
Right.
What was your initial takeaway?
Initially, I felt bad for the other girls, but Peter says it right there. He says, I have this amazing group of young women and I don't know what to do because obviously there's that connection there with him and Hannah. And I can tell you firsthand, watching him talk about her, like I could even feel that there's something there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was being as honest and genuine as he could be. But
absolutely.
you could tell he felt very conflicted.
Absolutely.
Would you have been pissed being there, knowing that conversation was going down? Like, would you have felt, even though he was honest, would you have felt kind of, I don't know, taken advantage of or something?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would be upset. I would appreciate the fact that he was honest about it.
Right.
Me personally, I wouldn't want to put myself through that. So if I can see that that's there, and I don't think I could compete with something like that.
Yeah, you're already competing with 29 others, plus an ex. Do you feel sympathy for Hannah at all? Maybe what happened last season for her?
I do. The whole ending of everything that happened for her, I do feel bad for her. I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's looking for love, so I do feel bad for her there. But that was her choice and her decision, and now Peter's on trying to make his choices and his decisions.
Do you feel sympathy for Peter and what the struggle he's going through with kind of deciding, my ex, this group of other beautiful women that I have here?
Absolutely.
Do you feel sympathy for that struggle?
Absolutely. I mean, he's probably more confused than anyone because he's got, like he said, the beautiful group of young women and then someone that he truly fell for, like has true feelings for, but he wants to get to know these other women. So he's kind of on the fence back and forth.
I know you said that when she originally came back, gave him back the wings, finding his co-pilot, very, very sweet, very touching moment. But do you think it was right for her to get closure on his season of The Bachelor? Like, do you think that her coming back kind of confused things for him in every sort of way and that was unfair to him?
Watching her step out of the limo, the words that literally came out of my mouth was, poor guy. Because I could see it in his eyes that he had no idea she was coming out the limo. So in his mind, he's probably thinking, wow, Hannah Brown is here to compete for my heart,
Right.
And that would make any guy feel good, someone that they truly loved and had feelings for, and now they're coming back to fight for them. So I bet he was a little confused.
Gosh, you're so sweet. Were the other girls pissed, or did you find that a lot of them just felt kind of bad for Peter when she came out of the limo, or sympathizing with him a little bit?
I think a lot of them were more pissed. Yeah.
That seems more Bachelor themed.
Yeah, I know. If you could see when they're coming, they're like, guys, Hannah's here, and everyone's pissed, and I'm just like, what? I was like, oh.
Yeah, damn. All right, let's move on to a sort of happier note, if you will. Yeah. What did you make of that first group date? Do you think that it was fair that Kelly won the airplane date when she clearly cheated? Clearly cheated.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I do think that Kelly clearly cheated.
Thank you.
Absolutely, she clearly cheated.
I'm a stickler for rules. I mean,
but we saw with Hannah Ann on night 1, Peter likes someone that's going to do whatever they can to get to him. So Kelly did whatever she had to, and she ended up winning. I mean, it was a win-win for her, but.
Well, do you think Kelly, because we know that they had met a month before in a high school reunion, she was staying there for a wedding.
Right.
Do you think that she's downplaying her accidental run-in with Peter at all? Do you think something more went down with them, or do you think it was just fate that they ran into each other?
I didn't until I watched the episode yesterday. Their connection was very strong. The connection they had and the fact that they can both remember everything, it's either that connection was so strong or there might be a little something more there that we don't know about yet.
What does your gut tell you? Do you think something went down?
My gut tells me that I'm a hopeless romantic, so my gut's telling me that it's just fate. And she ended up being there. They had the whole thing, but watching it back, that connection was real strong.
Well, he had mentioned, this initial spark between them, and then she was claiming she didn't hear that. Do you think that she was lying about not hearing the initial spark? Like, do you think that she's just trying to be cool because she knows in the end that they have this real spark? Or do you think that she's just kind of like flighty and not really paying attention?
I think that, I'm not sure. That's a good one. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see a little bit more.
Do you trust her?
I do. I liked Kelly. I do. She is very strong. So, yeah.
And you see the connection between them.
Yes, I could see that connection. Absolutely.
Do you see it with him and any of the other girls so far?
Not on the episode, no.
Okay.
I didn't see it. Being there, watching back, I did notice that he did have some strong connections with other women because, of course, I thought I had a strong connection with him. But now looking back, I'm like, okay, he definitely had stronger connections throughout the night.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, what about that first one-on-one? How would you feel if your first date with a guy was going to his parents' house, meeting the parents, and then sitting through their vow renewal?
I mean, he couldn't have picked a more perfect person to have that one-on-one date.
She seems fun. Maddie's cool.
She seems great, yeah. Me, I don't know.
Intimidating.
That would be very intimidating, especially because I guarantee she probably had no idea what was going on.
Right.
So you're getting dressed, you're getting ready, and then poof, you get to show up and you meet the whole family first date.
I mean, the only thing to be said is that if she makes it to hometowns, well, she's already she's got that Kelly advantage.
That's very...
because she met previously. So I do see there being an advantage to that date.
Absolutely.
How intimidating is that? Which girl are you rooting for the most to end up with Peter right now?
Right now, after watching last night, Maddie. That connection, it seems so genuine. Like with her and Peter, and then watching her with his family and his mom, it just seemed like it just flowed.
It was easy.
Yeah.
And what about if you had to pick the next Bachelorette, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Outside of you, of course, who I'm voting for.
I mean, all the girls were great, so definitely. That's a good question. On my season, on my season. Wow.
We'll let you think about that one, if you think about it.
Yeah.
On the flip side, though, on the short time you live there, who was like the most dramatic girl? Like, who do you think we have to look out for? Who's going to cause the most drama this season? It's always my favorite one.
I mean, I think we all could agree last night watching Hannah Ann was the interrupter.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if she's going to cause drama or anything, but I can tell she's going to be something to watch for sure.
Ooh, I love it. All right, so now that you're a free agent, what's next for you? What's on your plate now?
Well, right now, I want to continue my career, keep growing. I want to be able to empower other women to be able to get through what I went through personally, be able to share my story, be a spokesperson for people. I want women to know that it's important to feel comfortable in your own skin. Whether or not it's going to the gym, working out, whether or not you want to go buy some plastic surgery or put some boobs in you, So I just want to get that message out there for other women.
Well, you have such a good background for it.
Let them know, you can do it. Anyone can do it.
Amen
Seriously.
to that. When you come back to the Women Tell All, if he asks you, Chris Harrison asked you to be on Bachelor in Paradise, are we saying yes?
I would definitely be open to it. I would definitely be open to going to Paradise.
You would kill on it.
I want to be in love. What the heck?
Are there anyone from past seasons that you would want to have on there?
Yeah, definitely.
Who?
I mean, let's see. So there's Derek. He's pretty cute.
Derek Peth. Oh.
John Paul Jones. His energy. He's not someone I would go for, but the energy, I feel like we would get along so well.
JPJ?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean.
Did you have any others? Any other guys?
Guys, no.
I know you have you probably have a list that is in the back.
Demi's cute too.
Oh, Demi's cute. You were blowing my mind. You would date Demi?
I mean,
her and her girlfriend broke up.
I'm telling you, I'm an energy person. Energy vibes, whatever. We got to do it.
I am shooketh to the core, Demi. We are here for you. We are listening to you. Whew. All right, well, Thank you so much for chatting with me today. You are absolutely incredible. Best of luck on everything. I can't wait to see what the world has in store for you next, and I hope we get to see you on Bachelor in Paradise.
Thank you so much.
Watch The Bachelor Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Up next, fitness expert Jillian Michaels is joining me to talk about her new app. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. Joining me now is renowned fitness expert Jillian Michaels. How are you? Your biceps are hidden underneath that leather jacket, but I like it. How have you been?
I've been good, thank you. How about you?
Doing really well. Happy New Year. How's your life? How's your family?
They're good. I mean, look, if we're being honest, I want to kill my 9-year-old right now, and I had the holiday vacation from hell. I mean, I'm not gonna insta-coat my life for you, but it's good enough.
Why was it from hell?
Oh, no, girl, there's not enough time.
Really?
Literally, I'll try to sum it up for like dog sledding disasters, the norovirus, ruptured eardrums, travel nightmare. I mean, literally from hell. Like to make a Chevy Chase movie look like Roman Holiday. That bad.
Well, see, you can only go up from here. It's a positive thing. You can only go up. Did you do anything fun for New Year's outside of potentially getting norovirus?
Literally at 4 a.m. on January 1st, my 7-year-old threw the doors open in this cabin in the room that my girlfriend and I were in, and he's like, ah, yeah, like that scene from The Exorcist. And he hit himself, his bed, the living room, my room, the bathroom in our room. I literally collected all the linens, took them outside, buried them like a body in the snow, went
said a prayer and then let it go.
And I was like, you're gonna need to utilize that €400 deposit. And when the snow thaws, I think that stuff will no longer be nuclear anymore. Kind of like Chernobyl.
Oh,
you know, when they bury it?
Exactly. Got to bury it underneath.
No, girl, you think I'm kidding? Like a body in the snow. It's so bad.
It's only gonna go up for here for me, hopefully.
Well, that's good.
Well, speaking of the new year, people are making fitness and diet-related New Year's resolutions. It seems like all the time. Can you tell us about your app, My Fitness app by Jillian Michaels? How can it help people with those resolutions?
I mean, how can it help? It's a diet and exercise app.
Right.
There is no magic solution, right? Like, how does it help? You move more, you eat better, you're gonna look and feel better.
Is it literally 50% diet, 50% fitness? Or
depends. It depends.
Okay.
So you and I would be in maintenance mode, right? So we're gonna be like 80% diet, 90% diet. When it comes to weight management. Now, when you get into health and, fighting disease and bone density and all that stuff, yeah, you got to work out. But if you're talking about, I want to stay the same size, that's all food. If you don't eat more, you're not going to gain weight.
Right.
Now, when it comes to weight loss, that's at least 80% fitness. And here's the thing. This is why people will go, oh, well, that whole calorie restriction thing, it doesn't work. Well, first of all, it's not a theory. It's a law. It's called the law of thermodynamics, meaning energy is not created in a vacuum. It's
science.
Basics. Thank you. Yeah. It is science. But when you look at the math, if a regular woman is burning 1,800 calories in a day, and she's eating 1,400 calories in a day, and I mean, you're really being good when you're eating 1,400 calories. It's like air souffle, a speck of dust,
and some water, right, with ice.
Air, exactly. And at 400 calories a day that you're burning, or 300 calories, it's gonna take you 10, 11 days to lose 1 pound. And if it's that time of month, you hold some water and you're like, this doesn't work, I quit.
Right.
But what you're not understanding is it's like, okay, A, you're no longer gaining, so bravo. B, we're very gradually getting this thing to go the right direction. But in order to burn off that stored energy, you gotta exercise, because that's gonna take that 1,700 calories a day you're burning and bring it to 27. Now, instead of every 11 days you lose a pound, you're losing 2 pounds in 7.
Right.
So this is just, people don't want to hear it, but it's just the simple truth. And if you think about being overweight, think of it as being in debt. If you have $25,000 worth of college loans that you got to pay off, you probably got to work 3 jobs for a while.
Right.
It's the same thing with fitness. You got to move a heck of a lot more for a while to burn through all of that stored energy.
Is there a difference between, obviously there's a difference between body type of men and women, but is it that women gain weight easier and lose weight easier compared to men? What is that statistic? What is that difference?
Metabolism, a lot of people think, if I said to you right now, what's metabolism, what would you say?
How fast my body churns through the crap that I eat.
Wrong.
Okay,
So
obviously.
that is, and that's why this is my job.
That's why this is you,
and that is
and
your
I'm
chair.
here. Yes.
Fair. It's good we've established this early, Karen. So that is a function of metabolism.
Okay.
But what your metabolism actually is your hormone balance. So men have greater androgenic hormones, right? So more DHA, more testosterone, more human growth hormone, more of all of those like muscle building, fat burning, and they're just bigger.
Right.
The bigger you are, the more energy you burn off in a day. So they have a higher metabolism, which means I might be at 1600 and the guy outside who's 6 foot tall might be burning 3000.
Right.
And that's why. But men are still overweight too. They eat too much as well. But that is why they have an easier time of it. So
there's
unfortunate but true.
There's so many, fad diets. Right now it seems like keto seems to be the one that I hear the most. Are you anti-keto? And if so, what do you think about intermittent fasting and cleansing and juice cleanses and all that stuff? It feels so bad.
It is so bad.
Sometimes I just want my French fries.
I first of all feel like I have been vindicated because I don't know if you've seen every headline over the last 2 weeks just bashing the crap out of the keto diet.
Right.
It's like health experts and doctors say this is the worst diet you can do. I was like, oh wait.
Yeah.
Who said that first? Oh,
years ago.
This girl. Yeah. Like it's like, and I'm not functioning in a vacuum. Like, think of it like this. First, let's establish agenda. I don't have one. I'm not swapping out a keto diet with eat less, move more. There's no money.
Right.
I can't patent that.
Yeah,
That's my advice to you. So, and common sense food choices. Like, I can't be like, oh, don't buy this diet, buy that. I don't have the Jillian Michaels common sense diet.
Right.
So I'm giving it away for free right now on your show. So, all right. I do my homework on this stuff because I want to know. If keto is the best thing ever, believe me, if you told me you will look amazing and live to 150 on keto, oh God, serve up the bacon. Yeah. Cover it in butter. Hell yeah, I'm in.
It's a diet I can get down.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But then when you talk to doctors and endocrinologists and registered dietitians and you start to understand all the side effects of the keto diet.
Like what?
Oh
What
my
would be
God.
a side effect?
Okay. So people will go, oh, it works. It's reversed my type 2 diabetes and I've lost weight. You realize, first of all, for you to have type 2 diabetes or to have any insulin-related health condition, to be overweight in the first place, you were probably doing pretty darn bad. So it's not going to be that hard to beat that. If that's the bar, you were doing so bad, you were overweight and you were pre-diabetic, like, I mean, not okay. But I can do all that stuff for you with just eating a little bit less, eating cleaner, more wholesome foods in their whole form, less processed, and moving more. All those benefits we can do with none of the side effects. So the side effects, here's what people don't understand to look for. Diets high in saturated fats and animal proteins have been linked to a shortened lifespan, hardening of the arteries, too much iron in the diet that collects over time, shortens the telomeres, which are the little caps that protect your DNA at an accelerated rate, taxes the crap out of your thyroid. I mean, literally affects your brain and cognitive function, your cells, literally the parts of your body that make you up, your macromolecules, are comprised of proteins, fat, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. When you do not eat carbohydrates, you are quite honestly compromising the function of every cell in your body.
You need carbs,
You need carbs. You are throwing your body into a state of ketosis is a state of medical emergency. So it was used as like this very dramatic reset for people who had become so sensitized to insulin that they were, going to lose an arm or something.
Of course.
So it's like, okay, if you're super unhealthy, you do it for a month, plant-based, all clean foods, and no longer than that. But that's the part where I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of just, people getting involved in other people's things, have you seen that Peloton commercial that got, everyone seemed to be very fired up about this. A guy gets the Peloton bike for his girlfriend, wife, and then she's kind of nervous about trying it, which makes sense because everyone's nervous about trying exercise. And they bash the guy for getting her the machine, but she might have wanted it. Did you understand the controversy about this? Can you explain this to me?
At Oh,
Me
and I
neither.
so want to because all my friends get it. And they're like, it's misogynistic. I'm like, why? You didn't buy her a bike. Like,
Maybe she wanted it for herself. Maybe he was encouraging her to be her
do
own
you
person.
know how many of my friends like have asked for things like that?
Yes.
Like, oh, I would love this. It's like a $4,000 bike, by the way. That's a hell of a gift. I thought it was like,
I'll take
that's
that.
so generous. Like, I mean, my only issue with the commercial is she was fit to begin with, and she's fit at the end of the
That
video.
was my
so it's
only
a crappy before and after. Like, that's the thing. I was like, bitch looks the same. But I mean, she looked great to begin with. So I honestly did not get it, and I can't tell if it's like,
I don't know if it's
I'm out
just
of
us.
touch.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I was like, why is this? But I mean, good for Peloton. They have been like riding this massive wave off that commercial.
Bad
so
press
bravo,
is good press
right?
still. We're
I guess
kindred
so.
spirits, Jillian Michaels. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out My Fitness app by Jillian Michaels, available at JillianMichaels.com or at the Apple and Google Play stores. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have incredible Lisa Whelchel joining me on the couch. Stay tuned.
I can honestly say this is a first.
Bigger.
We've got boats, we've got submarines, we have Barbies everywhere.
Better.
Because they're not just objects, they're really parts of my own life.
Now that would be something.
Welcome back to the show. With me now is the host of MeTV's Collector's Call, the incredible and beautiful Lisa Whelchel. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
Thank you so much for being here.
My
So
pleasure.
excited about season 2. So let's dive right into it. Why did you come back for a second season of Collector's Call?
Well, I had such a great time the first season. It really, I mean, I certainly signed on for it because it sounded fascinating. I'd worked with a producer before, but I didn't expect to have so much fun and learn so much. So I'm enjoying the show. It's a show I would watch.
Who do you think is the craziest collection that you've seen so far?
Oh man, that is hard.
The Barbie one looked a little nuts.
You know, this is, and I say this with all the affection and respect in the world. I think they all have to be a little crazy
Yeah.
to get on the show because they have to be extreme in their collection. They're usually either whether it's just tens of thousands of items or millions of dollars worth. But it's taken years usually to collect it. They've been on the hunt. They've been obsessed or passionate, whichever word you want to interchange there.
Oh, yeah.
So they're fascinating people with great stories.
Are you a collector yourself?
I am not a collector.
That's crazy. I was not expecting you to say that. That's kind of, I collect Pez.
Okay.
So if you see something with a really cool Pez, steal some expensive items from me.
Okay,
Slip them in my back pocket.
So how long have you been collecting?
I've been collecting since I was about 5.
Okay.
And my grandfather made these like special things for us. We have them in display cases. A little obsessive, a little crazy.
But see, I love that. And I could have told you that it had something to do with your childhood. I would say 98% of the people on our show, the collection started from their childhood and oftentimes with a beloved member of their family. So it
started with my brother.
It makes sense as to why we want to hold on to those things. Strangely enough, a little awkward seg, but genuine. People ask me why The Facts of Life has lasted so many years in the hearts of people, and I think it's the same thing.
Right.
Most people watched it in their childhood, and we're always trying to hang on to that feeling.
It's the nostalgia factor of everything. I mean, I think we all want to go back to it. What seems like a simpler time.
Right.
Well, every collection has a reason and a story. What was your favorite story of this season?
Well, my favorite story, I would have to say we have a lot of guest stars on this season, which is really fun. Barry Williams from Brady Bunch, Scott Hamilton. But we did a show after Charlotte Rae passed in April a year ago. Her son was going through all her belongings, and he found things he didn't even know she had, and chronicling the decades of her show business career. Facts of Life was just a blip in the middle of her big career. So I think that was probably my favorite, just seeing all of the things that she had and learning even more about her after her death.
Do you have any like memorabilia from Facts of Life that you've, at least?
I wish I did. See,
nothing.
No. Not only
Lisa.
did I not think about getting it, but I probably would have thrown it away just because I didn't know.
Get off my set! This is tragic.
No. See, that's why we need shows like Collector's Call to help people to know. Hang on to this stuff because you really, if it means something to you, it's not going to lose its meaning. It's only going to grow in its value to your heart.
Very well said. Well, you've been in TV for so long. You know, you were on the Facts of Life as Blair Warner.
The Facts of Life. We can do that. Sure.
Yeah, with the Facts. So that's what I'm on. Did you know that the show was going to be as impactful as it was when you were on it?
Absolutely had no idea. But then again, there was a joke once the producer called and I guess it was on a Sunday night and he said, we're going to drop up another script. He said, I'm sorry to interrupt you. And I said, well, I'm not doing anything. He said, you're not watching the Emmys? And I said, no. What, are they on? He said, you really don't bring it home with you, do you?
Yeah, you really just, I mean, look, these are legends.
I wasn't even, I was a teenager. So I was thinking about boys and friends and the things that teenagers think about. That just was my job.
Have you run across anyone that collects like a lot of Facts of Life material or anything like that? Like, would you be freaked out if you saw someone with just like storage?
No, I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Would be. I mean, I have run into people who have a handful of things, but not a whole collection.
That's season 3. That's
there you
season
go.
3. Did you find yourself watching reruns of Facts of Life with your family?
No, but my kids, when they were in junior high, discovered my boxes of VHS tapes where I had the Facts of Life. And they said, what are these, Mom? And I said, well, that's the show I told you about that I was on, because, you know, obviously they didn't know. And they went through a season where they would have their friends over and do Facts of Life marathons when they were in junior high, but they don't watch them anymore.
That's so sweet. I thought they were going to be surprised that they were VHS tapes and not know what that is. You know, a little shocking. You know, what was it like working with George Clooney? Did you predict he would be as big of a star as he is today when he was on that show?
Not at all. I mean, you can tell he's cute there, but he's not George Clooney.
Yeah. Well, men.
Yeah, I know. It's so true.
Although you look pretty good yourself, so there you go.
Thank you.
Do you have any like funny behind-the-scenes stories about him? Was he a nice guy on set?
He was a great guy. He was a lot of fun. The only funny story I have was not behind the scenes. It would have been on the scenes in that I was asked to do an interview probably 5-10 years ago, whenever he was nominated for an Oscar. And they said, well, what was it like to kiss George Clooney? And I said, well, I don't know. He was not a love interest to any of us on the show. And they said, well, you did kiss him. And I said, well, I think I'd remember if I kissed George Clooney. And they rolled a tape where there was a scene where I was pretending to be his fiance, and he lays a kiss on me. And how I forgot that I guess that just answers your question. I did not know.
You're an enigma. I think anyone would kill to be, I mean, I'm gay, I would kill to I would remember kissing George Clooney. This is incredible.
I know, maybe, I don't, call it repressed memories, but why I would repress that when I don't know.
I was going to ask if he was a good kisser, but you can't even remember locking lips.
I'm not going to be able to say, I'm not going to blame that on his kissing ability.
Yeah, no, it had nothing to do with him.
No.
It's all you. Well, speaking of the cast, you, Kim, and Mindy actually had a little mini reunion on a Lifetime movie. What was that like? Was it good to get the gang back together?
It really was. It wasn't supposed to be, it's not a reunion movie, and so that was kind of like, what? When they started advertising it that way. It was just simply that Kim called us one day and said, hey, I'm doing this movie. I want to do a tribute to Charlotte Rae by having the skating rink named after her. Why don't y'all come up and film for a day? So we thought, and they said, you can create your own characters. So that sounded really fun, and I wanted to do something totally different from Blair. So I came up with a character of a kind of a hippie, for the sole reason because I thought it was so funny that Mrs. Garrett owned Edna's Edibles, and that would be a totally different store today.
Yes.
And we were going to be doing little just kind of hide Easter eggs in there. So I thought, I'm going to reference Edna's Edibles and just a subtle nod.
I like the
to
new
what
age.
It would be.
I like this new age Facts of Life. Maybe we have to bring this back. This is pretty good. Are you still close with cast members?
Yes, very close. We follow each other on social media, but we also have our own little private group thread. Text.
I love that. I want to actually talk to you about family as you've recently become a grandmother to a beautiful baby girl. What's it like, this next phase in your life? I mean, come on,
look at her. Is she precious or what?
She's so cute.
She is precious.
How old is she now?
She is 6.5 weeks old.
She's fresh.
She's very fresh. And so fresh that, of course, I'm madly in love and miss her. I have been away from her for like 4 days and got to get back. But I tell you what, so far I'm enjoying the most, and that is seeing this new daughter of mine as a mother. And
that'd be incredible.
I just a whole new respect. I mean, I've always respected her, but she's just an incredible mother, and I just learned from her.
Wow.
And I just have loved being with my daughter while watching her with my granddaughter.
That's got to be so fun.
Yeah. It's
That's
wonderful.
Incredible. Well, more congratulations are in order because I believe you got engaged in November. Congratulations.
2019 was a big year. For sure.
Wow. Children being born, you're getting married. Is there a date set?
And my son got engaged a few months before that. My daughter got married a few months before that. So it was a very.
You guys are all stealing the spotlight from each other. This is a family thing.
We actually have juggled the spotlight because my youngest daughter got married in April, but my son wanted to get engaged, but he did not before. He wanted to wait, and then we were going to get engaged, but we had to do it after he got engaged, but before their wedding. So,
oh my gosh.
Moving pieces here.
Well, congratulations to everyone in your family.
Yes.
How did it happen? Were you surprised that he proposed?
I was not surprised. I was surprised at that moment because he did put a beautiful surprise engagement, and I didn't know the exact day, but I knew we were going to be getting engaged.
I love that. I absolutely. Are you going to invite all your old cast members to the wedding?
Oh, I'm just having my family, so like 12 people. It's just because what we're doing. You know, I don't want a big wedding. I'm not even going to get a, dress or anything, but I've already rented this big Airbnb. We're all going to stay in it. And for 4 days, we are going to have game tournaments. We're going to have a spades tournament. We're having a swimming competition, tennis competition, croquet. We're just going to have all kinds of games because we're a gaming family.
You are my hero. This is the best wedding I could even imagine. I'm going to sneak my way in there. Some sort of way I will get my way in there. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for chatting with me today. You are absolutely incredible. Collector's Call premieres Sunday, January 12th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on MeTV Network. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll be giving you another retro-licious moment in reality TV history. Stay tuned. What an amazing show. Unfortunately, that's it for today. Big thanks to our amazing guests, Breanne L. Heldman, Jodi Guglielmi, Maurissa Gunn, Jillian Michaels, and Lisa Whelchel. Reality Check streams Monday through Thursday on Twitter at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're following @People so you don't miss a thing. To end our show, here is a moment from The Bachelorette that will leave you seeing double. I'm Daryn Carp, and that was your Reality Check.
This is different.
Yeah. I'd say a little, yeah.
In this 2015 episode of The Bachelorette, for the first and only time the season begins with two women in the title role. Caitlyn.
This is the closest I've felt to love at first sight.
And Britt.
I feel with Brady this connection on deep levels, about things that make us who we are.
But the double trouble doesn't last long.
There are two bachelorettes, and that's about to change.
In a surprising twist, one bachelorette is about to be voted off the show.
Gentlemen, whenever you're ready, go into the voting room, put a rose into the ballot box of the woman you have feelings for.
The men cast their roses, and Chris announces the true bachelorette.
I had to send Britt home. You're going to be the bachelorette.
The double bachelorette twist is one of the great moments in reality history. But don't cry for Britt. After leaving, she wound up landing her favorite contestant anyway.
Brady's my boyfriend.